with it being Father's Day, we're all youngins. What's something that you all cherished growing up from your father, or maybe the father figure that was in your life due to the absence of him?
That's a good question. Like, I always cherish the moments because, like, we was talking earlier. My dad, he's always been there all my life. Like, even if he was stepping out through the problems with him and my mom, he's always been a loving father where he's never treated me badly. There's times where he didn't even want to whoop me because it hurt him a lot more, and he will fake it and all that stuff. But then that's also something that he learned from his father. So I always cherish those moments of having those conversations with my dad to know about, like, what qualities I've learned from him growing up, and just knowing that that's like something that's been passed down on through the years. So
What about you, T?
Man, bro, just leadership. I think he showed me. I was a boss at a young age. Like, he always made me pay him back. He showed me what the world was going to show me. So when I got to the world myself, wasn't nothing new to me. I knew how to maneuver as a man at 18. I was doing things at 16 years old that, grown men were doing. So I kind of already understood how to navigate through life. So I really appreciate him implementing leadership on me.
Got you. Now, me, I didn't grow up with a father. My dad was killed when I was 5. So
sorry to hear that, man.
growing up with the absence of a father was something that I dealt with probably until about 12 years old. So I had a couple role models / father figures. I learned how to be a gentleman from players and pimps, and I learned how to make money from players and pimps. I grew up in a neighborhood where it was just all about hustling. So at a young age, I knew how to like make money and stuff like that, and that's probably like one of like the bonuses that I received from childhood, now working into adulthood. But I wanted to like make today's episode a little bit different because with it being Father's Day, we're supposed to be celebrated by the mothers or even just the women in our life and stuff. So we have Cassandra in the background, and she's going to ask us some questions, She's going to ask us some questions.
Yes. I want to tell you guys again, Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
We
Thank
do
you for
appreciate
sure.
you guys. I know a lot has been going on, and I feel like this is a good day. It feels like a good day. I'm blessed to see you guys as well. Um, what is something that you take on into your fatherhood now that you learn from your father that you pass down to your children or just to your household just in general as a father?
That was deep.
Nah,
Yeah.
me, I mean, I'm gonna
Go
just
ahead.
go back in what I said about
Yeah.
leadership, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 boys and I got one on the way. I'm really like harder on my oldest son, but it's because I know eventually, he's gonna have to lead the family, right? You just know, like me, I just know. Like,
Yeah,
I know he's
yeah.
gonna have to be the one. So I'm kind of harder on him, and I see myself in him so much. So I know with my dad doing the same thing, I'm trying to re-imply that to him, so he can understand leadership. Because now, if he gets into sports or whatever, you can be captain, you can dream bigger. Because leadership requires dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't think you can do something, you won't do something, right? So now, if he knows he can lead and be great and do it, sometimes he be beating me in the game. If he knows he can not only get to where I'm at but surpass me, then he'll always be able to lead. So that's what I take on and re-implement it.
Yeah, I think I can piggyback off of that because, like, you're growing another man. Like, at some point, I know most men have a vision and you can foresee what your future is going to be. So when you have that son, that's your legacy. And that's why most men have the son take on the last name, and they like to choose the name and everything because you already know that's another creation of you. So foreseeing when that child goes to be 16, 17, 18 years old, at some point he's going to have to leave and create his own type of life. So you're preparing another person to go out into the world that you think you will want to envision what type of man he wants to be like. So that's another thing that I would say off of that too as well.
Yeah. So,
Oh, hold on. Let me
Can't forget this. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I ain't a father yet, but I'm talking for my future self. I think the biggest thing, like with us, especially us being black men, pride. You know, check your temperature at the door. So essentially knowing, okay, and I had to learn this at a young age, like, because I saw what pride did for the black man in the negative sense, right? It's cool to be prideful, to think highly of yourself, think highly of thyself, but pride can also put you in situations that you may not be prepared for. So talking to my future son, I would more so be like, okay, you got to learn how to check your temperature at the door. You don't got to always be this macho tough guy, Like sometimes I feel like even us at our age,
So
we
you
run.
allow them to be emotional. You're saying.
I mean, to a certain extent, because I think with men, emotions are poured out in the right circumstance versus being bottled up. So, me talking to the youngin, practice your pride. Understand that things are not going to always go your way.
Do you guys agree? Practice your pride. Do you feel like
Oh,
pride is
most
a
definitely.
big part of manhood? With children, pride. I'm the father. I have to instill these things in you to guide you, to help you understand. Do you feel like pride is a hindrance to your family, or more of an enhancement to your family with pride?
It's a double sword.
Yeah, everything comes with balance.
Yeah, it's a double sword because I mean, if you said enhancement, yeah, everybody wants pride in their last name, or hey, that's why they put last names on jerseys. They don't put nobody's gonna remember your first name, but if you put the last name on a jersey, they're
Your
oh
legacy.
Peyton Manning, oh Eli Manning, the Manning brothers. So even your name holds weight. So if your name, but then again, if your family's known for bad things, this is funny. I know it's not a real thing, but like St. Patrick on Power, things like that. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so it's a double sword. It's about really, if your character follows you wherever you go. So if they say, hey, me T Arter, oh, you're Arter, are you related to this person? Oh, you must be a good person. But then if somebody has a bad name, the same scenario. So I think it's a double sword.
Yeah, the world, everybody's going to make a first judgment off of you, and your name is the first thing you usually give out to somebody. Like, sometimes you might have a conversation, but when you trying to make a remembrance on somebody, it's like, hey, what's your name again? All right, I'm DEMETREUS. Yeah, what's up? We got to stay connected and everything like that, and you're trying to create that memorable moment. And just like he said, that's a legacy thing, too, because then if we live in, like, Columbus is big, but it's small. So if your name rings, like my dad was a coach for a while, so certain people that are of an older generation, when I meet them and they hear my name Saunders, they remember who my dad was. And then because of the qualities my dad had, they automatically think that I'm going to be the same type of quality, have the same qualities as him too as well.
You guys stated that you guys have both of your parents in the household, right?
Yes.
Now, I know you're married. Are you being a single father? What
I actually have a girlfriend.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. You know how I put that in there, like,
she will
say,
see this and then
say-
like, hey, why all these people say this? And then like, you didn't say that. I remember when you said that.
He said, no, I actually
I
have
mean,
it.
but before, before she became who she is.
Yeah,
to
she
you
just
now.
recently became my
You know.
girlfriend like about 9 months ago. So
And
Recently?
congratulations to
Yeah.
her.
Recently.
So,
shut up.
just with that, do you feel like it was a struggle being a single dad at one point in time? Do you feel like it was more challenging, or like?
Most definitely, because at the time I wasn't ready for a child. I still had goals that I wanted to complete and everything like that. So most people know, especially if you're a dad, like you automatically have a double responsibility because there's so many people that don't have dads out there. So trying to be the good dad and be responsible like that, and then also with me being the single father, it was definitely a hard time because then I had to still work. Like I said, I was living in Michigan. I didn't really have too much help, so I still had to figure out things. And then also around the time of me not wanting to be a dad, I'm still the type of person that wanted to go out and still have my fun and do everything, and I couldn't slack off either because now once I slack off, now I have the baby mom that
In your ear.
in my ear because
my
I
money
want to
at?
go out and have a
I
good
need my
time because
money.
she don't want anybody
Yeah.
around our child that she don't know. So
Mm.
I can't even do that either and have, but she can have whatever she would like. So yeah, it created a big like mental struggle on that. Like,
I can honestly say kudos to y'all baby to y'all single dads because I at one point in time have always seen my mom do it. I've never seen a man do it on his own. So I definitely do applaud you,
mhm.
you know, for you to still just push through and you found love in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? I think with me being a single mom, going through my differences and my co-parenting that I have with my son's dad, and he's easy and open to find love, and he did. You know, I believe that I had a jealous point.
Ooh, did she just admit that? Did she just
I'm
admit that?
admitting to it,
Oh,
but I'm
hold
just
up.
saying, you know,
This is
I applaud you because you still kept on going because you knew what you wanted.
Mhm.
You know, I think nowadays us women, we are, like you said, we pass up the good ones.
Oh my God.
We do pass up the
We
good
recording,
ones.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I think I
Yes.
see the red
No,
button.
this is crazy.
Right.
I like
we do,
you.
we do. And for me to admit to that, happy Father's Day. So, you know, with changing the narrative of black dads, you know, some black dads back in the day were the disciplinaries. They whooping ass on sight. You ain't what your mom say? Then your mom say, as soon as I got home, I'ma get in you. You know, do you feel like that still plays a role in your household as a father?
I think so. We got to be careful what we say
Yeah, I ain't trying to get
because
nobody
folks
indicted.
losing their kids to CPS
Yeah,
out here in
I
the
ain't trying to
city.
get nobody indicted.
But
Allegedly.
I think, and this is just my personal opinion, from what we see from our young boys in this city, I don't think that they had a household of discipline. Because when you can go outside and be unchecked on just like
Talk heavy.
you're not even understanding the variables at play. Because I always tell people, like, I think decisions have a positive and a negative. So you must know both variables that are at hand. If you want to sit here and go be a gangster, like, or
the
be
consequences.
know the consequences
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
the
Yeah,
facts. So
yeah.
heavy.
There's no right or wrong decision. I don't like to tell people like you shouldn't be doing this. This is what you should do. Because people at the end of the day, they're gonna sit here and do whatever they're gonna do regardless. When it comes to kids inside of a home, and this is coming from me, like I got whooped every day. It may not been every day. I may have had Sunday off because we had to go to church. You know, my mom thought I was gonna get saved by the Lord, but I got whooped every day. Now I was a bad kid, and I know that. You know, so it took for me. I don't know. We may be at 1,099 ass whoopings for me to just flip that script. But I also knew. I think from me being disciplined inside the home. Now, mind you, I didn't grow up with a father in the home. So my mom, she was whooping her ass. Did I deserve it? Absolutely. But it also let me know.
So you gonna whip your child's ass? Is the
Oh,
question.
hey, look. Before I'll answer.
That's all I want to know. Is you gonna be that dad? Dad, why you
They
whip my
gonna be
ass?
searching
Hey,
through this later
I
on.
thought,
in the
I
court
thought about
documents.
this because I can't wait to become a father. Because if I got a discipline, I'm dressing up like a superhero. Some days I'm gonna wear my cape. Other days I'm gonna look like a villain. Like, cause I feel like you need to know that you gonna get punished by your bad decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't understand that. A lot of kids they move without consequence. You outside.
They test
Yeah.
limits.
Yeah, you
that
test
comes back
limits.
to
They
the,
test limits. How far can
Y'all-
I go?
knowing the
how many
future.
times can I get away? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They
Sure.
they do things like that. And see, with me is, and that I'm some days I'm gonna dress up. That was so raw because here's the thing. I understand. I got two boys. I understand they gonna be rough. They gonna break stuff.
Mhm.
I get all that. You know, I'm not. I'm giving you punishment based off. It's gonna fit the crime, right? So if you being rough, you break something. I'm not tripping. And I expect you to do that. Now, if you get out of line and get disrespectful,
Mhm.
then now you got it comes with the consequences, right? That's how the real world is. We get, we're gonna do things. We're gonna get in accidents. We're gonna get in trouble. That's why you get certain consequences. But when you do something blatantly disrespectful, like you got to get consequences for it. That's what I learned. You know, if I did something stupid like, oh, I got in a fight at school or something like that, my dad would be like, all right, that's what he's gonna do. It's not excessive, you know. But if I'm
So y'all would be okay with that? See,
For
I'm
what?
Be okay with what?
just off of, because me as a mom, if I were to hear that, I'm coming up to the school like,
Hold on, what? Get disciplined?
not just discipline, but like when y'all hear like, oh, he got into a fight, you know, I don't really
I
need to
think
get into that. As a mom, we would be like, well, hold up.
Mm.
Like, I don't want
Let-
to teach him
okay,
to.
so
That's in
listen. That's
kids'
funny because I
nature.
had both my parents.
Okay.
My dad always says this when I was always got in trouble or anything like that. I would call my dad because my mom, her
For the
first
discipline.
judgment
Yeah.
was I'm about to go off. She's just choosing
Exactly.
who she's going off on. She ain't
Exactly.
even, as soon as she might hear something fishy, then she's going off on the teacher. But then if the teacher sounds believable, she's automatically coming up there to get me. My dad will come up,
What
and this
happened?
is where the respect thing comes
What
into play.
happened?
Like, my dad will come up, and he'll have a conversation and figure out what the scenario
Exactly.
was and
Yep.
everything like that, and get my point of view.
Mhm.
Because everybody does everything for a reason.
Exactly.
Your point of view might be trash. You might just punch somebody in the face because you felt like it. Or the
Exactly.
dude might have provoked you, and then it causes the situation to happen.
Now listen to this.
Y'all men are-
I'm glad he said conversations.
Yeah, 'cause y'all-
Because how I grew up, right? Like I said, I was a bad kid. I think while with my mom coming up to the school, yeah, she want to know what you did, but she already got the decision of what you about to do.
Yeah.
So-
You're in the wrong.
That comes back
And
to
this is where I knew my mom at that time because she got older, she got slower. So I knew she wasn't nothing to mess with. She had the principal exit his office to whoop my ass. And I'm thinking in my head, like, hold on, like, could you give us a moment? I'm thinking this is mother and father time. Bond, sit here and tell me about the decisions that you need to make moving forward. All I saw was the door, purse, belt.
Yeah.
You know, you could pop the belt. You know what I mean?
Movie scene.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
She had to get in mode.
man, like,
But then that comes back to, like we were saying, most men, if you being the father, you can see you're looking at molding this child in the future. Most men don't think about it because a lot of women think, oh, I want you to always be my baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Most
Yeah.
men know that life goes on. You gonna be 18 at some point, and if you don't have a certain type of respect, because the world works in a certain way, and we are black men at that. So
Right.
knowing that your respect holds a certain level in this world,
No,
you can.
and hold on. Let me.
Nah,
let me
go
I'm about to
ahead, go
off.
ahead.
Cause I was
Go
about to
ahead,
say,
bro,
my
go
friend
ahead.
asked
You
that
gotta-
I caught
Here's
on
the
my
thing
Yeah.
about the respect thing, right? Is my dad always asked me what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He always came to me, so I'm gonna see if you gonna tell me the truth or not. Usually, if I told my dad the
Yes.
truth, I wouldn't get in that much trouble.
Exactly.
Cause he like, all right, you stood up like a man. You gotta understand something. My dad always made sure I stood on what I said, no matter what it was, if it was good or bad. He always, hey, I'm about to go to school and punch. Okay, when you come home, let me make sure you stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Or dad, hey, okay, I'm gonna take out the trash. Oh, I don't take out the trash. He's not going to tell me go take out the trash. No, he gonna say, hey, you forgot about the trash. You forgot to stand on what you doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got it's
yeah.
kind of like a unspoken law. Is man respect man. If you say you gonna do like what they say, it's on site.
Yeah.
If you see somebody and it wasn't on site, and you said it was on site, I don't trust you no more.
Nah,
You're not
because you're a
10
liar,
toes.
bro.
You're not 10
You're a liar.
toes, bro.
But then like that comes back to that double-edged sword because also a man can't be prideful. He can't be prideful to be like, oh, start falling back on his word and everything like that when somebody comes in that type of way
Yeah.
because you gotta accept the consequences that
Gotta
come.
accept the
You said
consequences.
something, you put your word out
So my
there.
baby gonna get into a fight, y'all.
It's,
Yeah,
he
it's
might not,
inevitable.
but it's inevitable to get him in a quarrel.
Hey,
it's inevitable.
hey, let's put it like this. You better pray he's okay with taking a punch.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yes,
sure we
yes.
all.
Or you could just
At
get him in
Monroe.
boxing right now so he think it's fun.
Yeah.
His dad is already in that. So
Oh yeah, so he good then.
But that's my baby.
But let me ask you, D, because you have daughters. So her question was talking about disciplinary. How are you as a father
Yeah, that's good.
on your young girls?
Okay. I have one. She's 9 right now, and that's a stepdaughter too at that. So then that's all adds an extra thing to
Extra
it
layer.
as well. Yeah. So, but with that being said, it's hard to maneuver in certain ways because at the same time, like he was saying, as a boy, you automatically have that respect automatically. So there is times where I might talk to my son a little bit different way, even though he's only 6 years old and he's younger. But there's a certain level of where if I say something to him, like he was saying, like he forgot to do this, and he's like, oh, and he's going to go get
Instantly.
it. Like right now, the situation I'm dealing with the daughter is that I find she lies, and she blatantly knows what she's doing, and she would give her word and everything like that. And then now it's going into the point where I've tried to be the lenient and everything like that, and I don't believe in like putting my hands on you and all that stuff and everything like that. But now it's getting to the point where I can't, and I'm looking like the villain. I'm looking like every time you doing something, I'm on you. Every time you forget, because now you're getting to the age where you got 3 more years. You a teenager. That creates a whole different consciousness. And then most people, like most kids, think they know everything.
Yeah.
See, and my dad is incarcerated, so building a relationship with him through bars, in that important time for me, I think it taught me more to, one, men do like communication, but they like listeners
Yes.
when they communicate.
I want to be understood.
Yeah, right. But everybody wants to be understood at the end of the day. But a man especially,
I like that, but once
but a
again,
man especially, like that's a requirement.
Come on now.
But
like
okay,
that,
let me get this.
That's a
Since you gonna say
requirement.
that, everybody wants to be understood, but then we going off a man's word is a man's word. During a conversation, a man might say something to you. A woman will interpret it the way she wants to
Yeah.
interpret it
We do got
and
selective
not
hearing.
listen to what I'm saying.
and you know, it's Father's Day,
Yeah.
so anything they say, you must agree.
hey, man.
Happy Father's Day to you. Okay?
Yeah.
But no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want to
No.
reiterate that into
No,
that,
I
though.
mean, honestly, I just feel like developing a relationship with my dad behind bars really taught me that, be able to listen, but listen to understand a man. Don't listen to just respond to
Yeah.
what he's
Can
saying.
you run that
Yes.
back, please?
Listen to understand a man. Do not listen just to respond
So
to the
heavy.
man. And I think I take that and I cherish that a lot with him. So when I do talk to him, he will reassure me that I'm listening to him from a previous conversation. So with you having your daughters, my dad has caught me in lies plenty of times. Oh, so you lied? Why are you lying to me? Hold on. This is what we're not gonna do, And me hearing that, I wish I would have been able to see him do his hustle that he's doing while he's in there, do his workouts. You know what I'm saying? Seeing my dad maneuver, and when hey, you're gonna have to take out the trash sometime. Something might happen. You might never know, but still take out the trash.
Yeah.
Do you instill that into your daughters too?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what role you play, just know who you are.
Because
Like,
nobody's just gonna come out and be married. You ain't just gonna come out and be in a relationship. Like you live most of your life on your own. So now when you growing up and you're looking for somebody, most people have to have a parent, like we were saying, that you can see the counter image of what you want to strive to be.
Yeah.
And hopefully that image is somebody that's respectable, that you can look and be like, this is the type of man that I want to marry one day. And sometimes some people fall back, but then that comes back to you thinking of your own choices and not really knowing what you doing. But I'll have her take out the trash and everything like that. She got a dog. I'll make sure because she wanted this dog. I didn't want the dog.
Yeah.
I came home and then the dog was just here. And then that's like literally like we met a homeless person. They had a little dog, and it's a blessing because it's an expensive dog. I can't even think of what the dog's name is. But then I went to work, came home, and it was like, babe was like, by the way, don't be mad. we got this. But then, like, since you wanted this dog, now you have the responsibility of taking care of this dog. This is your dog. But then going back a little bit on the discipline thing, I believe all men know that female is feminine in nature. So all men want to treat their daughters in that type of manner, I would say.
I think it's a thing where is like we were talking, like men give their sons respect, but you got to earn your daughter's trust.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more or less, I don't care if my son trusts me or not, he's gonna respect me. You know,
Yes.
but I need my daughter to trust me, because if your father does something to lose a daughter's trust, then now they're looking at you as a bad person. So they won't choose a man like you, and then the guy she'll bring around, you'll be like, this dude is nothing like me. What she may rebel against you. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good guy, she may go get that hood guy. Right, and vice versa. But with his son, it's more of respect. And as long as you stand on your toes with your son, he's gonna be like, hey, the only thing I got is my word, because that's what my dad did. So that's why I usually stand on my word, because that's all I seen was, if he said he was gonna make it happen, he just made it happen.
I think that was a teaching lesson for for the viewers and stuff.
I was gonna say that.
Because I think we really do have, like, there's that saying out there it's kind of a little bit vague nowadays, but your word is bond. I only can stand on your word.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays, from what I'm seeing, is that people's word kind of comes off as optional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't fit the criteria, I don't have to really be honest to you.
There's no consistency. People don't have, like, I know even if I'm wrong, I still have a moral code. There's certain people, even if they might be prideful, that's who they are, and they know, and they can look you in the face. Like Mike Tyson said something like, somebody in an interview one time was like telling him, oh, how can you hate yourself? And he was like, who the fuck do you think you is? How you gonna tell me who I am when I sat here and I closed my eyes at the end of the night by myself? You ain't in my head. So, and you stand on your word.
So what's some advice that you would give new dads? Jamal is a new dad as well. So what's some of the advice that you would give to him, being a father, becoming a father?
I mean, from experience, just always remember it's about the kid. Like, that's the hardest thing that I had to do. I had to really, like, think, like, because it's more or less of, I got it kind of hard. Remember, I said, hey, I know I just want the kid, but I had to get the package, right? To be. So sometimes us as men is, we have to look, I'm telling you, y'all want me to be real? Like, I cried like 2 weeks ago, because there's so much pressure on men, and we don't never, I cried, not because it was me, it was because I was like, damn, I never sat there and thanked my dad, like, for nothing. Because he was supposed to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to pay these bills. I'm supposed to eat every day. I'm supposed to get clothes on my back. So we ain't telling them thank you. We're not being acknowledged, bro. And so listen, my advice to you would be is allow people to give you your flowers for what you do, even though it may not be good in that person's eyes that you had the child with. Everybody else see you. Everybody else see you. So just allow people to give you your flowers, bro, and know that you're doing right, and put the child first before anything.
This is gonna
Tell me some good stuff, Demetrius.
I was gonna say,
I need to know from you.
He took so much out the mouth. So, but
Pause, bro.
That was good. Our young daddies need to listen to that.
One thing I would say, like, kudos, definitely
Appreciate
applaud
it.
for all that
Love.
that you said, because that is all true. And then, like, it's like we've been saying this whole time. Always remember, like, they gonna make mistakes. You gotta remember that this child, it's a person that's coming into the world that don't know anything. Like, they can't even talk to you first steps. Like, and they enter this world in such a shell shock because everything is new to them. So therefore, coming into play with saying that, remember that they make mistakes. Don't be, because I know I had the stepchild before in previous relationships where, since it wasn't my child, I had to deal with the complications that came before I got there. And I became too hard, like, thinking, oh, you should know this. You should know how to do this. Like, this is what you're supposed, like, this is what's supposed to happen. And then over time, I learned that this is a child that don't know anything.
Right.
They might not even be shown the correct way how to be or how society works. They might be the kid where they was used to going and get a bag of chips all day and eat. I don't want to eat anything and not following a guideline plan or anything like that. So yeah, just remember kids make mistakes and you gotta guide them to be a certain way.
Now let me ask you all something. Then I'll hand it back to Cassandra. When you got multiple kids. When it was your first kid, what went through your mind and how did you feel? How did you feel in the beginning, and then how did you feel when you were in the delivery room, or maybe even your first week of just like actual parenting?
I was excited. You know what I'm saying? First time dad, what? I got a little me. I'm just about to, he going to the league. Like, because it's a lot of times we put our life on our child. You know what I'm saying? So I was excited. So, but when I got to the hospital and I actually seen him in my hands, I was like, you want to live whatever life you want to live. You're not going to live my dream. I want to watch you be great. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't want to, you don't want to push a kid into something. You want to watch them turn into their own ball of greatness no matter what they do. So I kind of realized when he was in my hand that he's not here to
satisfy me.
I can't live through him. He has to live his life, and I have to be the one to guide him to whatever he wants to do, rather whatever it is.
I'm new to learning that too. My son is 5, so
that's
really
a hard question.
It
ain't hard, but I'm gonna have to drop some true honesty.
However his life is gonna turn out, being okay with it, instead of trying to control, like I'm gonna force you to do this, I'm gonna force you to do that, and they be like, dang, like just let him. Let's see how it play out.
What I want to do. Yeah.
What about you, dude?
All right, so since we being real, when I first had my first son, I was supposed to be going back to college. I got kicked out of school because I switched majors and then I didn't have enough money, and then I moved in with the girl that I was hanging out with and everything like that, and he was never supposed to happen. And that's where
hold on.
What? Listen. This is where this pride came into play, because like I started thinking like maybe she cheated on me, maybe because I wasn't supposed to have a kid. Like this was never in my plan, so it was like such a shell shock. So and also I was having a kid with somebody that I wasn't really in a relationship with fully. Like we never really decide like this was going to be the future and everything like that. This was just like we're trying to figure things out type thing. So all the way up until like knowing the sex of the baby and everything like that, and up until the child, there was a huge disconnection because I'm not growing the child. All I can do is touch on your stomach. So I don't feel the same connection you feel. I don't feel the body changes and you having a human, because it's a beautiful thing to have. Like that's an amazing thing to be able to give childbirth. Like, so me not feeling that, I had a disconnection that put strain on the relationship too as well. So, but until like I was in that delivery room, once I saw him, instantly everything changed. Like I couldn't be fearful or anything like that. I had to face reality and then holding them, because even like, and this is a huge honesty thing, and I believe my baby mom can say the same.
Hold on. We gotta call her your child's mother.
My child's mother.
We gotta give her some respect.
My child's mother. I didn't want to cut the umbilical cord because I still was fighting the fact that I was having a kid because I wasn't ready.
That's deep.
Like, so me fighting that, but once he came out, instantly, even all that talk and everything went away, because just to see that, and then like he was saying, this is you pretty much. This is came from you, and you can see that this is going to go out and one day, hopefully, change the world. So like I said, instantly went away, and I couldn't think anything else. I didn't want to be away from him.
So normally on Father's Day, since my mom was like my big influencer and stuff like that, I know I have said to her like Happy Father's Day to her before. How do y'all feel about the mothers that are, very big on, I'm the mother and the father.
Want to be recognized. Yeah, want to be recognized.
But I have friends that play that role as well, not by choice but by force, because you know, their father had passed away, and she has to take on both roles now
I
because
I think like, and this is no disrespect to the mothers, right?
Oh shit.
I want to know what's
But at the end of the day, women, I personally feel like women are celebrated every day. And what I mean by that is that when you deal with a man, no matter if you have kids or not, he's still celebrating you because he want to do best by you. Now, what we said before the show, if you're dealing with a bum, the bum may not be able to do what you want him to do for you.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with a good man or even a good father and stuff, you're always celebrated. You're always well taken care of. Or you're sitting here like this life kind of becomes easier when you have that partner and stuff. When it comes to Father's Day, I think this is a day where fathers are celebrated, father figures are celebrated. If you didn't have the father, or maybe even the father figure, maybe now that's your uncle, maybe that's the grandpa. So I really look at it like it's a day where men who are involved in children's life should be recognized and celebrated. But them women, they need to sit their ass down.
even you mean anywho.
Hold on, did you all have anything to?
Because I was,
Nah, I mean, I feel like women say they want to celebrate the day for acknowledgement, but it's more or less it's petty, because like he said, y'all got 364 days. You know what I'm saying? To be, listen, regardless of the fact, a lot of men, like I said, we got to carry the weight. These are things we're supposed to do. So we're not congratulating Batman or Superman for saving the world. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
All right. So we're not saying, oh my God, thank you so much. But let a woman say today, we like, she's all, you know what I'm saying? So I feel as if I'm with you. I'm with you entirely. I just think women need to let the man have their day.
Disrespect it.
Disrespectfully, and just because it's obviously even if you're doing the same thing,
disrespectfully or respectfully?
no,
Nah,
respectful.
just respectfully, yeah.
So if you're doing the same thing, if you're playing the mom and the father role, because there's a lot of strong women that do that. I told you before the show, women have it twice as hard. There's still someone in the village, because it takes a village to raise a kid. That's a father figure that you need to give acknowledgement to versus you taking it.
Yeah.
That's my
Because then that comes to the thing of saying like like a woman is automatically going to take care of her kid, no matter what. Yeah. So why can't we respect the fathers or the father figures that are stepping up? Because then y'all are taking away the acknowledgement from them, because y'all want to play both roles, and y'all have to play both roles. But why can't y'all disrespect the fact that there are fathers out here that are doing the right thing, or father figures out there that are raising the village with you?
Because it is, if you really break it down, it's optional for a man to be there.